Hi, welcome to Laura's Life. I'm Laura. Today I want to discuss the different kinds of truck driving, the different kinds of jobs you can get as a driver, just in a real general way. That way you can start thinking about what kind of job might fit your lifestyle better. The first one is long haul, or what they call OTR, which stands for over the road. That job requires you to be out 3 weeks at a minimum. So you're going to be going all over the United States, and maybe even Canada and or Mexico possibly. So you might want to get your passport. That might be useful for you if you are OTR. The doing OTR is going to be the easiest job to get, especially with very little experience. If you're just starting out, you can get that job readily because very few people really want that job. You're gone 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. You can stay out all year if you want to. I bet your dispatcher would love that. Never go home. That'd be awesome. I think they would think that would be great. But, reality, hey, you need to be home sometime for your family, or if you have a family. Now, if you don't have a family, you're single, you don't have a significant other, perfect job. A lot of drivers who do OTR all the time don't even have apartments or houses. That way you're saving on rent. Mortgages, you don't have to pay electric bill. I mean, you still have your phone bill because you are going to be using your phone quite a bit for your job as well. Not just to stay in touch with people or watch YouTube, because we all love YouTube. But yeah, so you will have some bills, but those major bills you won't have, and you can save a lot of money. So if you plan to stay out 1 year, say, and you're renting an apartment, I say give that up. Spend $85 to keep all your stuff in storage while you're gone. Save that money if you can. So for long haul, you're only going to be home 2 to 3 days, maybe, at a time. So that's not a whole lot of time for you or your family, and you're going to spend that time getting ready to go back out again, shopping for your food and getting your clothes washed and your bedding washed and stuff like that. So it's a seriously time-consuming job that's going to be your life. That will be your life if you're OTR. The next kind of job, it would be a regional. It's like OTR, but you're not going all over the place. You're just going to stay in your region. So I drive out of California, so my region would be Oregon, Washington, California, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, maybe Colorado, maybe even Texas. But that's a region, and I would stay in that region and drive. But I would still be out 2 to 3 weeks or more if you want to, and you only get 2 days home, or you basically get a day for every week that you're out. So if you're out 3 weeks, you would get 3 days, 4 weeks, 4 days. But it's a lot like OTR because you're not home a lot at all. And but if you like a certain region, say you want to stay on the eastern seaboard, you want to run up and down from Florida to New York, and that area well, and that's where you want to stay, that would be your region, and you wouldn't have to drive out to Colorado into the mountains, because that'd be out of your region. So that's also a good job. You can get that job fairly readily as well. Because like I said, you're not going to be home a lot, and those kind of jobs aren't the jobs that people like. I do want to say something though, right here, because those jobs are perfect for getting your experience in, getting your mileage, so that getting that experience that everybody wants to see. if you go to a local company, they're going to want to see 1 to 2 years experience. Even if you're going with a big company and you're doing a local job for that big company, say J.B. Hunt has intermodal out of Stockton that but they want to see 1, 2, 3 years experience. I've seen some truck driving jobs that required 5 years of experience, and I was just like, wow, because usually it's only 1 or 2 years. But they want to see, how your mileage, and they will look that up. When you go to get a job, you're going to have a list of all the jobs that you've done, what kind of equipment you drove, and what kind of trailers you haul, and then they're going to be checking to see what your mileage, how many miles you drove for that company, and if you had any incidences or accidents. So keep that in mind when you're driving for anyone, because the companies that you drive for after that will check in and see what you did for the company you're with now. So don't burn any bridges. Okay, so the next kind of job I want to talk about is dedicated routes. These can be local routes, or they can be like I do. Mine's more or less regional, although we have drivers who go to Canada, and also we had a plant in Pennsylvania that we would go to. I'm out of California, so that was a wonderful run from California to Pennsylvania and back. I don't think we do that one anymore. I think the guys out of Texas do that one, but that was a good one for us. But so dedicated merely means that I'm dedicated to a certain company, and that's all I drive is that company. It's not that I'm dedicated to a certain route in it. I only go to one place and that's it. I go to all the places for that company. What it means basically is I'm dedicated from J.B. Hunt, which is my employer, and they have dedicated me to the Vitro account, the Vitro architectural glass. So all I haul is glass, and I only haul it for Vitro. So I go all over Washington, Oregon, Colorado. My whole region, which I mentioned most of those states there, also Texas, and like I said, we would go to Georgia and Pennsylvania as well, although we're not doing as much as that right now, but we also would go to Canada and Mexico. So I drive a week, and then I'm home I do a 34-hour reset. That's not a whole lot of time. I can drive more if I want to. I can just keep going, don't do my 34, and run on recap hours. I do that sometimes. It depends on if they have runs for me. If they don't, then I'll just, okay. And I'll go do a 34 and come back all fresh, and I'll have all my hours back. And that's how we run usually. It's 1 week out, do the 34, come back, run another week. Dedicated, you could also have dedicated routes that are local, though. I also did a dedicated Walmart for Swift, in Florida, and I would go and I ran nights, and so that was a local job where I'd go in nights and drive all night and get out and go home. But it was a dedicated. So for Swift, I was dedicated to the Walmart account, and I went to all the Walmarts there in basically mid and southern Florida. So that brings us to the next kind of job, which is local. Local jobs are going to be either day shifts or night shifts. The companies make their money by keeping someone in that truck, driving it all the time. They only make money when you're driving. So they will always have a day and a night shift. And the job that you'll get at first will probably be nights, because that's the only openings you're going to have is nights. The people from nights are trying to get to days, so when there's a day opening, a night person's probably going to take it. But it's okay. Nights, if you drive only nights, you get used to that, being up all night and sleeping all day. And some people work sometimes. People just can never get used to it. So you kind of have to decide on your own if that's something that you could do or not. But basically, you come in and drive your shift and then go home every day. So that is the local job, and that's the one that most drivers would think is the best kind of truck driving job, so that they can be home every day, be home with their families, their kids, and and get the lawn mowed and stuff like that. But if you're gone for 3 weeks, this isn't gonna happen. So those are the different kinds of jobs. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the different kind of trailers that you might haul and what's involved with those. It's going to be a little bit longer video because there's lots of different kinds of trailers and hauls out there. So please keep tuned. If you have any questions, leave them for me in the comments. And I've heard from some people that they want to see some pictures, so I will try to get some pictures. I have to be careful though. A lot of the companies don't want pictures taken, especially since 911. So 9/11, 9/11. So if I can't get permission, obviously I won't show those pictures. But I think if I can get some pictures without truck names or company names, or that and it shows anything, I will do that, because I love looking at pictures of trucks. I know I'm just weird that way. So and hopefully you're like that too. So I'll get some pictures, and especially of the trailers in my next video, so that you know what I'm talking about when I talk about tankers or flatbeds or tarping and stuff like that. So you'll know. I hope you don't mind that I'm coming at this at the angle is that you don't have a truck driver in your family and you've never heard of any of this stuff. So if it's boring for you, you skip through it, go to another one. I'm going to try and label them so that they're all pretty, tell you what you need to know before you start the video. And if it's nothing you want to see, then just don't watch that one. All right, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm going to get started on that next one so we can get that one up too. Thank you for tuning in.